Hello everyone and welcome to video 1 of our quality management system training series. My name is Nathaniel Babu, the lead project consultant and a certified integrated management systems lead auditor at Solutions for Smart Businesses. Today we begin an important journey, one that will strengthen our operations, enhance our service delivery and build a culture of excellence across our organization. This session introduces the fundamentals of the ISO 9001 2015 quality management system and sets the stage for the detailed modules that will follow. Before we dive in, please take a moment to subscribe to this training channel, like this video, and share it with your colleagues so that they can also benefit from this learning experience. Now, we do have a number of learning expectations at the end of this session. Expectation number one, participants will gain a solid understanding of the basic principles of the ISO and quality management system, that's QMS. Expectation number two, learners will be able to understand the components and the standards of ISO 9001. Expectation number three, participants will become familiar with and navigate the ISO 9001 certification process. Expectation number four, learners will acquire the skills on how to develop an implementation roadmap. And the last expectation, participants will explore and gain historical and structural knowledge of ISO 9001 2015. We'll start by defining what ISO is. ISO is a name used for the International Organization for Standardization, and it is not an acronym. It was formed in 1947 in Geneva, Switzerland, and it is a federation of national standards bodies of 143 countries. We need to ask ourselves, what is quality management system? That's QMS. Q stands for quality, M management, and S systems. There are three quality gurus who champion the definition of quality. We start with the guru number one, that is Dr. William Edwins Demings. He defined quality as quality does not mean achieving perfection. It means the efficient production of quality that the market expects. Quality guru number two, that is Joseph M. Duran, Dr. Joseph M. Duran. He defined quality as fitness for use. The last guru is Philip Crosby, who defined quality as conformance to requirements. Let me take you now through the history of ISO 9001 standard. In 1987, there was publication of ISO 9000 series of standards. Then in 1994, there were a number of research which were done where they were able to come up with 20 clauses, 20 required procedures, three auditable standards, which were 9001, 9002, and 9003. Then in 2000, in the year 2000, there were major revisions which were done. From the 20 clauses, they were reduced to 8 clauses. From the 20 required procedures, they were reduced to 6 required procedures, and process approach was also introduced. And from the three auditable standards, one auditable standard, that's 9001, was retained. Then in year 2008, there were minor revisions which were made for word clarifications. Thereafter, in year 2015, which is the current standard that we are currently using, there were again major revisions which were done. From the 8 clauses, they were again increased to 10 clauses. No required procedures. There was the introduction of risk assessment, and the key emphasis was on top management. The next is we do have a number of ISO certifications. We started number one, ISO 9001, which deals with quality management. Then certification number two is ISO 14001, which deals with environmental management. Number three is ISO 22000, which deals with food safety management. ISO number four, no, the certification number four is ISO 13485, which deals with medical devices. The fifth is ISO 26000, which deals with social responsibility. The sixth is ISO 50001, which deals with energy management. And the last is ISO 31000, which deals with risk management. Next, we come to quality management system elements. We can divide this model into three major parts: drivers, enablers, and results. We'll start with the drivers. The elements on the left side of the slide represents the drivers of our quality management system. These are the components that initiate and sustain quality performance within an organization, and they include customer focus. This is the heart of ISO 9001. Everything we do should begin with understanding customer needs, expectations, and requirements. Next is quality objective. These are measurable targets that guide our activities and ensure our performance stays aligned with our strategy. The third is resources. This includes people, infrastructure, equipment, time, and financial support needed to achieve quality. The last under the drivers is processes. These are the workflows and activities that convert inputs into outputs. Effective process management is a foundation of ISO 9001. All these drivers overlap and interact. They do not work in isolation. Together, they create the foundation on which the rest of the QMS is built. The second is enablers. As the drivers, after the drivers, we have the enablers, the mechanisms that help us improve and make better decisions. These are the two There are two enablers highlighted here. One, we have continual improvement. Now, ISO 9001 emphasizes improvement as a never-ending activity. We must consistently review, refine, and enhance our processes. The next is database analytics. Decisions should be made using evidence, trends, analysis, and actual performance data. ISO calls this evidence-based decision making. It helps us remove guesswork and focus on facts. These enablers ensure that our QMS is not static, sorry. It grows, evolves, and becomes stronger over time. The last is results. On the far right, we see the ultimate goal of quality management system, customer satisfaction. If the drivers are strong and the enablers are functioning well, the result is predictable. We meet customer expectations and even exceed them. Customer satisfaction is the real measure of whether our QMS is effective. As a continuation of the elements of QMS, we have a number of documentations that is required within the QMS. One, we have quality policy. Quality policy specifies the organization's overall direction and objectives to which organizations must strive. Then followed by quality manual and procedures. Quality manual specifies how the company will operate. Quality procedure specify activities that must be performed. Next, we have work instructions. Work instructions are written instructions or guidelines that contain step-by-step descriptions of how to perform a particular task. Records and forms. Records provide the subjective evidence that quality management system is implemented and it is also effective. Last are the forms. These are the simple blank templates. At this point, let me take you through the certification process. We have a number of stages which are required for one to be ISO certified. We have stage one. This is the initial assessment, which determines if the mandatory requirements of the standard are being met and if the management system is capable of proceeding to stage two. Then when we move to stage two, the second assessment determines the effectiveness of the system and seeks to confirm that the management system is implemented and operational. Then we move to the next stage, which is recommendation for certification. At this point in the process, we review any corrective actions taken to address findings raised at stage one and stage two. Certification may be recommended. Then we move to the next stage, which is certification review and decisions. The organization files are reviewed by an independent and impartial panel, and the certification decision is made. Then the final stage is certification achieved. Successful certification is communicated to the client, and thereafter certificates are issued. The next is let me take you through ISO 9001 QMS roadmap. We have three stages. The first stage is QMS in installation. The organization, first of all, is going to be oriented pertaining to the QMS awareness. Thereafter, gap assessment is going to be conducted. After gap assessment has been conducted, the team is going to start planning for QMS. Then a particular team is going to be trained on QMS documentation. Thereafter, they will now start preparing all the documents pertaining to QMS. After that, they will start now implementing the QMS. Thereafter, a number of staff are also going to be trained on the same. Once that is done, a specific team is going to be trained on internal quality audit. Uh, Now, that moves us to the next stage, which is now the QMS implementation. The team that has been trained on internal quality audit, is going to conduct an internal quality audit, and it is from this internal quality audit where we are going to have two results. Either the organization will be conforming, or they are going to raise a number of unconformities. It is from these non-conformities that corrective action is going to be. They will develop a corrective action for them to be able to close the non-conformities which are arising. Thereafter, the team is going to conduct a management review meeting. Within the ISO standard, we have a clear-cut agenda on the items which are supposed to be discussed during the management review meeting. After the management meeting has been conducted, final gap assessment is going to be then thereafter, the organization will start preparing for certification, which now takes us to the final stage, which is QMS certification. Now, the organization is going to invite a third-party certification body, which is going to conduct the audits. Thereafter, if they will be able to have passed, the certificate is going to be issued. Next is the ISO 9001 2015 structure. Now, the new 9000 2015 standard comprises of 10 clauses instead of the previous 8 used in the ISO 9001 2008. These are the 10 clauses of ISO 9001. We have one, scope; two, normative reference; three, terms and references; four, context of the organization; five, leadership; six, planning; seven, support; eight, operation; nine, performance evaluation; 10, improvement. Uh, uh, with the forthcoming training sessions that are going to which I'll be able to bring on board in this particular channel, I'll be discussing each and every clause on what it pertains or how it affects your day-to-day operations. Uh, why are we pushing so much on ISO certification? There are a number of benefits which accrue to this certification. Number one, organizations will consistently be able to meet customer requirements. They will also be able to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of their business operations. They'll also be able to measure, analyze, and continually improve. They'll also be able to provide customer satisfaction, and they'll also be able to provide quality assured and cost effective products and services. We also have a number of challenges or barriers to ISO 9001 certification. One, there will be cases for ISO certification which is not compelling. We'll also have resistance to change due to fear and the misinterpretation of ISO. There will be an inadequate team support or top management sponsorship. We do have perceived added costs and resources to implement and maintain ISO. We also have what you call poor project management or change management, and we also have what you call unrealistic expectations. Ladies and gentlemen, as we end today's session, I would like to sincerely thank you for your time, engagement, and patience. Your participation made the session productive and enriching. We look forward to having you in the next session as we continue building on today's insight. Before you leave, please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video so others can also benefit from this training. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day.